Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, I hope everybody had a great new year. Go back to work tomorrow. The kids will have forgotten every rule they ever learned. Should be interesting. So what did I do over the vacation? I actually did almost none of the stuff I talked about doing, but I did get a lot of stuff done. I did a lot of organizing here in the sewing room, which was needed. I also just generally cleaned my apartment, which was also needed. You know, sometimes you got to do that deep clean on your apartment, right? So anyway, as you can see from the title, I did a new haul. I'm going to take these off. Did a new haul of sewing patterns. So literally, I think it was like, I don't think it was December 31st. It might have been December 30th. I was on Facebook and saw that this woman was selling patterns. Hello from Iowa. Hi, Olivia. Happy New Year. And so I was out on Facebook, and I could see from looking at the box that she had a picture of that it was a lot of 90s patterns. And I could see like 3 of the patterns right on top in her photo were plus size. And so I was, fingers crossed that there was a lot of plus size patterns. There were 6 patterns that were cut. She did tell me about that. And so we'll take a look at those. And then we'll look at the ones that are uncut. All of these patterns are now up online on my on the Etsy page if you're interested in any of them. And what else? Well, I bought a pattern for myself, which I haven't done in ages, a brand new pattern. So let me show that to you because, I bought this because, I love this shirt dress right here. I also love this top. Can you see what's going on with that top, how it wraps there? And the other shirt dresses are great too. It also has the pants. Here are the line drawings. The pants are a little bit slimmer than I normally wear my pants. I like a big baggy kind of like Hollywood waist 1940s style pant, but who knows? I'll try them. Maybe. I'm afraid of pants, but I did really love that particular one there. And since it's a wardrober, it's got all these extended sizes. It's got all these different pieces. In fact, does it have? No, it doesn't have this like this top here, this shell top, but that's okay. All right, so I can put that away with all of my patterns and all the things I want to do. So one of the reasons I didn't do the stuff that I was talking about, remember I said I was going to work on some stuff, is I might be buying another sewing machine. So let me explain. While I was out on Facebook looking for patterns, I saw this guy's ad. And he's about an hour from where I live. And he's in a place called Princeton Junction, which is a little over an hour from where I live. And he had a Magnolia 7330, which is a sewing machine made by Janome. It's computerized, and I had sworn off computerized sewing machines. But this sewing machine is such a good machine that if you go out online and look it up, you will see that there are libraries in, I think it was Kansas or Iowa, where you can actually use this sewing machine. And they have videos on how to use it. And the ratings on this sewing machine are through the roof. Needless to say, this machine hasn't been made since about 2015. It has unbelievable ratings. It originally retailed for about $400. This guy has one new in the box. He's selling for $200. So I'll be picking up that on Saturday. I am waiting to start the project with the stretch knit, because when I went out and was looking at like sewing advice on stretch knits, a lot of them do say you don't need an overlock machine. You don't need a serge or anything like that to do stretch knits, but you need really good zigzag stitches. The zigzag stitches on the Brother are okay. The zigzag stitches on my other Janome are okay. Both of those are mechanical sewing machines. I know for a fact that Magnolia machine is going to have great zigzag stitches, and they probably have better overcasting stitches, which is what I'm going to need for stretch knits. So sorry, Olivia. Yeah, thank you. I am going to go get that machine, Olivia. I'm pretty excited about it because it really is quite a bargain. When you think that originally this sewing machine was like $399.99, like everywhere, because a lot of the videos are older and people talk about like how much they spent on this machine for getting it for almost half price. And it's new. The guy's got a picture of it online and you can see the plastic is still around the box. So I'm very excited. I'll be picking up that on Saturday. So maybe we'll do another video. You guys will have to wait. It probably won't be next week because I'll probably want to play with it a little bit before I do like a review video. But without further ado, let's look at some patterns. Oh, and before I forget, I have put in the show notes 2 links to 2 different YouTubers that I watch on a regular basis. One is Evelyn Wood, who does a lot of vintage sewing. And she has started for 2026 a new sewing school, online, free. When I say online, I believe it's on her webpage, but also on YouTube. But I know definitely it's on YouTube. And Inside the Seam, which is, or is it Inside the Hem? I think it's Inside the Hem, sorry, is another person I watch all the time. And she, of course, does modern sewing. Now, she's also doing a sewing course over the next 12 months. And she has projects that are free projects that you just download the PDF, you print them out on a plain old printer with paper, and they're projects, they're sew-along projects with tutorials. So if anybody's interested in those, you know anybody that's interested in maybe learning how to sew, there you go. But again, without further ado, let's start. So I'm going to start with the ones that are cut. They're in plastic because I didn't put them up online, but I am just going to put them aside because I am every day working harder and harder to get closer to having this store. So I know this is hard to answer your questions, guys, when I'm trying to do this. Yes, I love Evelyn Wood too. I like Evelyn Wood because she specializes in vintage, whereas Inside the Hem is just basic sewing. So it's modern stuff. So the 2 of them are a good juxtaposition with a lot of information. So, all right. So first pattern, this pattern, as you can see from the little sign that I put on the bottom, it only has the view that is like the shorts and the V-neck. It's missing the instructions, but I'm going to put it aside because somebody somewhere will still be able to make that. I would have kept it, but it's not in my size. This one may look familiar. It's because I have it. Sorry about the glare. I have a dupe of this that's uncut. This one's cut. Other than that, it's cut and counted. It's fine. But since I already had it, there was no point to putting the cut version up online when I haven't sold the uncut version yet. This one, which is actually quite nice, isn't it? It's really cute. It's like a one piece. It's not made for stretch knits, but it looks like it could be. Oh, and then we had these. So many like bridesmaids and flower girl and just that kind of cottagecore stuff in here, you know. Yeah, lots of cottagecore. You'll see there's quite a bit of cottagecore in the uncut patterns too. I don't know if it was her thing. I don't know if she was sewing for somebody else. I bought this from a woman who is definitely younger, who in the 90s most likely would have been maybe high school, maybe even elementary school. She was not that old. I'm assuming these belong to mom, maybe mother-in-law, maybe even grandmom, but I don't think they were hers. And she didn't seem to know much about patterns. Even just the way she kind of phrased things in the ad, you could kind of get the feeling she didn't really know much about patterns. She would say things like, only 6 are cut. The rest seem to be uncut. They seem to be in okay condition. Like, you know, like the kind of things that someone who's looking at a pattern and has no idea what they're looking at is talking about. So she didn't mention any brands. She didn't mention that they were plus size. She didn't mention they were extended, none of it. So anyway, here we go. All right. So number 1, okay. Talk about cottagecore. Ouch. Right. This is McCall's. It's got no line drawings on the back, but I don't remember when this was popular, but I do kind of remember these kinds of jumpsuits with the really billowy pants, right? So there's that. This nice wardrobe pattern. Again, McCall's. No line drawings, McCall's. You know, McCall's. Nice skirt pattern. This one does have line drawings. It's all pleated skirts. I think one isn't, it's not really a pleat. It's more like a box pleat, but it's just a really nice basic skirt pattern. Again, and if you look at these, you'll see like this is only a 16. That's one of the smaller patterns I have. So I'm not really sure who this woman was sewing for, but I guess they were a larger person, which is great because I love getting them. They're always good to have. This is an endless options. This is the kind that is, you can see the stretch marker on the back. They're designed for stretch knits. Another pattern. This is just basically bottoms. It's the pants, the split pants, well, they're calling it a split skirt. The shorts, I would call them shorts. Again, they're calling them split shorts or split skirts, and a regular long skirt. This, which I thought was maternity, but it's not. It's just plus size. Oh, and this one has some line drawings on the back. There we go. Finally, some line drawings. This, you know, once in a while I get patterns and I think, God, this is so ugly. This will never sell. And then surprisingly, it ends up in somebody's cart. Like this one, which I believe is already in somebody's cart. I don't get this at all. Like whatever. To each his own, you know. We got some lovely see and sews, some line drawings, also McCall's. See and sew is by McCall's. A couple of these I already had. I think it's the next one. Or no, was it this one? This one I already had. You will notice there's some dupes. Some of these I just simply had to put like 2. I didn't really have to do much to them. I almost kept this one. I really like this one. It looks so comfortable, doesn't it? Just a really nice basic shirt dress. One of these, the 8-1 patterns. These are I call them jumpers. I don't know if everybody calls them jumpers. They're like a jumper dress, right? You have to wear something under it. Well, I guess you have to wear something under it. Then there's this. Jumpsuits, rompers, dresses. This, which I already had this pattern, if it looks familiar, and sold it for quite a bit of money. And we'll be selling this one again for quite a bit of money. And this one is an extra large and an XXL. So that's even bigger than the one I sold. The one I sold before was like, they were the smaller sizes. More line drawings. Yes, that has a vest, but the vest is yet to come. I'm saving the best vest for last. Wait till you guys see it. Do you personally love ugly patterns? See, to me, I get why that's considered a creative pattern, but there's another one in here we'll talk about that's really similar. You'll definitely see a pattern with the patterns. I just never got into that overly cottagecore kind of look. It was not my look. Not to say that I don't like stuff that's girly, because you know me and my love of the 1930s, but the like over with the ruffles and all the lace on it, never did it. Never my thing. So to me, and that one I just thought was odd because it's like an overall, but then you're patching in, I think you can put like cats or something or trees on it. And I was like, it has applique patterns in the pattern. So it was just weird. But anyway, and then there's this is what I'm talking about. Like, I already have this one. Talk about cottagecore. But if some of these look familiar, it's because I already have some of them. Like this one, which I know that these used to be called, didn't these used to be called like Zumba pants or something? But I put them up online. I called them joggers because the bottom is elasticized. So that would make them joggers. This is another one. I already had this suit pattern up online. So now I have 2, interestingly, same size, which kind of a rare. I thought this was actually quite pretty. Put this one up online. It's a really nice formal suit. And then this one, I thought I had up online, but apparently I sold it. Oh, and some of the patterns have rust stains on them, which is always sad because that means someone just took them. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. Someone just took these and put them in a basement and a pipe leaked on them. They're all okay, though. I checked the actual pattern tissue and it doesn't seem to have gotten wet. So I don't know what was going on, but it just didn't get wet. So here's what I'm talking about. Okay. Not my style, might be somebody else's, but to have pigs and cows on the hem of my overall jumper dress, just not my thing. Not to mention the cat suit, like literally a suit with a jacket, or it's not a jacket. No, it is a jacket. A jacket and a skirt with cats on it. Not my thing, man. Not my thing. But to each his own, right? All right, and this might have been one of the best patterns in there. Not only is it plus size, it's the 3 different nightgowns with the robe. I was so tempted to keep this because I keep thinking I want to make myself a robe. I already showed you guys that I'm going to take that flannel material and make myself a nightgown. And I was like, ooh, that could be like that. But I decided to keep that one because it's cut. Sell the one that's uncut. So this one, yeah, this simplicity pattern, it's a great pattern. It's a little bit worse for wear. You can really see that there's a lot of the rust staining on it. But when I got in and looked at it, there was a little bit of rust staining on the instructions, and the pattern tissue was fine. There was nothing, didn't even look like it had gotten wet. So, all right, drum roll, please. This is possibly the best vest pattern we've ever had. It is the ugly Christmas vest pattern. Yes, I know. A round of applause. If I had any skills whatsoever, editing skills, I would edit in people applauding, because this is from 1996. Okay. Can you guys see this? We have gingerbread. We have Christmas ornaments, including the stocking. We have polar bears and penguins, and we have snowmen. And it is a vest pattern that comes with the appliques. And I mean, bless your heart. But it's so funny because I remember when these things were around, when you absolutely could go to like any place and buy a vest like this. So that is it for me. Very short little, short little haul. Not too much going on. Like I said, these are all live on my Etsy shop. This particular one is over in the holiday section for obvious reasons. And the other ones I'm going to put aside because I will eventually sell them. I'm working very hard to get a shop opened, an actual physical shop. And I've done a lot of the nonprofit stuff. I hope by February to set up my nonprofit status with the actual federal government. I haven't set it up with the state of New Jersey, but not with the feds. So once I get that, I'll really be rolling. I'm working with a mentor from the Small Business Association, so I'm getting there. But anyway, so until next time, which I think is probably going to be about 2 weeks from now, because if I set up that sewing machine, it's going to come out of the box, and I'm going to have to try sewing with it, and then I'll have a little review for you guys. So until next time, I hope wherever you are, the weather's good. The weather's pretty good here today. It's cold, but it's sunny. So I hope that you will have a great week, or maybe 2 weeks, because I'll probably see you in 2 weeks. And stay warm, stay happy, and Happy New Year to everybody. May it be a happy, healthy, and safe one. Bye.